Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I have a little bit of a different video. I actually have a theory video after watching episode 8 of Heavenly Delusion, which was honestly, even right now, my mind is just blown. It's just so crazy, the some of the subtle revelations that we saw before. But before I do get into it, I want to say that I do have a Discord server. I will be linking it down below. If you guys want to join, we could talk about anime, manga, or just life. If you need somebody to talk to, head on over there. And I'm trying to build a community. I'm always here to talk to you guys. Let's become friends. Let's build a community where we're all there for each other. We could talk about anime, manga, stuff like that. But onto the video, onto my theory. But before that, I want to say that I am an anime only. I am basing this theory off of the 8 episodes that I have seen of the anime. I have not read a single chapter of the manga. I do plan on reading it after this season is done. And I will, whenever they do end up deciding to make season 2, I will be reacting to it as well, because I feel like reading the manga will not hinder my experience with the anime. I do want to say though that a little bit of a recap of episode 8, so just to get context, is and for those of you that may not want to, I guess, be spoiled or whatever, I don't know why you'd be here, but anyways, so we do find out we got the situation with Dr. Usami and the patient that we heard about, and we do, it's a subtle revelation. It's not really a revelation. It's for those that pick up that Dr. Usami and the girl are Mimihime and Shiro. So we get confirmation basically that there are 2 timelines during in this anime where we're seeing where Maru and Kiruko are, and one where the kids in the academy are and stuff like that. And another thing, which even if you watch the video and you don't want to get spoiled on this was pretty crazy, because I did end up basically predicting kind of that I thought that the kids from the academy are the ones that end up actually becoming the Hiruko or the man-eaters, right? And then somebody in the comments actually commented and said that if you go and this is a spoiler, by the way, so skip a little bit ahead if you don't want to know this, but this blew my mind. So they said that if you go to episode 4 and you look at the title, it'll make more sense to you. So I was like, wait, what is this individual talking about? And so I went and I looked at episode 4, and the title was Cuckoo, and that was the episode that they had the battle with the Hiruko fish. And my mind was blown, because I was talking about how I think that the children are the ones that, or basically it was something that I actually ended up confirming for myself, because if you guys remember that Dr. Usami, or Shiro, I'm just gonna call him Shiro and Mimihime, because at this point I'm 100% sure, and people are already in the comments basically confirmed it for me as well. By the way, for which if this theory or whatever does end up being true or false, please don't correct me in the comments, because this is something that I actually do want to learn about myself. I'm not sure where the manga is at. I do know that there are 50, I think 4 or 55 chapters out, but aside from that, I have no idea what length the manga covers the story, what the revelations have been, or whatever. So please refrain from trying to correct me or telling me that I'm right or wrong. But however, what I was saying is that in the episode 4 titled Cuckoo, we find basically it got revealed to me that Cuckoo was the one that actually ended up turning into the Hiruko fish and stuff like that. So now I was okay, I was saying that before, that I think that it's the kids that turn into the Hirukos, because if you guys remember, this is what I was saying before, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a little bit, that Shiro revealed that if he had just let Mimihime pass away without actually prolonging her life, she would turn into a Hiruko. That to me all but confirms that if you have a Hiruko core inside you, like the one that Mimihime had that Maru destroyed and ultimately let her pass away as a human, as she said, is the reason that all the man-eaters or the Hirukos are appearing. Which leads me to another question, which by the way, all of these questions, please don't answer them. If you guys are manga readers, please, I really do appreciate everybody that commented and everybody that was so helpful, but some things I just want to figure out on my own, which by the way, I will be doing I will be reading Heavenly Delusion after the season is done. I may live stream it on YouTube or Twitch, or maybe upload videos depending on what the viewers want. So we'll get to that when we get to that after the season and stuff. Anyways, before this episode, we saw like a couple episodes before, when we saw Toturi, who wanted to be the hotel king, right? When she put Maru's hand on her chest, Maru, as well as the viewers, discovered that she too has one of these cores. But when looking at Mimihime and Shira's age, she seemed way too young. So what I theorized last video was that I personally believe that Maru is Tokyo's child, because Tokyo is presumably pregnant right now, because she did throw up and she did show signs of fatigue and stuff, which are from what I know signs of pregnancy to some degree, and they look too much alike, right? And Mimihime did tell Tokyo as well that somebody with your face is gonna save us, which again is so crazy to me, because I believe that she was not talking about the academy. I believe she was talking about what happened in the last episode, where he saved Mimihime from becoming Hiruko. And when she said us, I believe she was talking about her and Shiro, right? Because as we saw at the end of the episode, they did reunite. It was implied or signified that they did reunite in the afterlife when she was in the cave, and she's like, oh, you're here, it's not scary anymore. And so that's what I believe that Mimihime was talking about. And you know, I'm thinking that Toturi is a child of some kids from the academy as well, which I'm not sure. I like, you know, I guess we'll figure it out. However, another thing is that the sickness that Mimihime had was the same as Tarao had, right? And then Tarao passed away, and then Mimihime was like Maru helped her, you know, pass away. Now what I'm wondering is, why is it that Shiro never got that disease, right? That sickness. The thing with me is, I feel like what I think in my head canon is that there is a trigger for the disease, that you have to, like, there are certain requirements that you have to meet in order for you to get the disease. And I feel like that's why Shiro never got it, but Mimihime got it. And I'm not sure how the other children are doing as well in the current timeline, but maybe this will get answered in the anime or when I read the manga. But now I want to go on to a theory that I have, that I actually came up with this morning, which blew my mind. And again, if I'm right or wrong, please don't correct me. And if you never thought of this, let me know if you didn't, or if it's something that if you're an anime only, if you think that this is something that might be possible. So you guys, when we see Tokyo, we have seen on more than one occasion that the author and the anime has shown us that she is able to not be detected by cameras or lenses. You guys will figure out why I'm saying lenses in a little bit, but the first time was when we see Kuku and Tokyo going to see the babies and the camera couldn't detect her, and the second time was when she was going to Kona, right? When she was sneaking out of her room and the camera couldn't detect her, and the camera, it went as far as to not even be able to detect her when she or Kona when they were together, or so it seemed. Now here's the crazy thing, okay, you guys, the reason I said lens is because you guys remember in episode 3 when Kiriko was talking about her backstory to Maru and about what happened with like the siblings, and we see that when Haruki, who was the brain of Kiriko, Haruki was the scout for the race for Kiriko, I think the sister's name was, but he was a scout, and he heard a little thud, and then he looked over with his binoculars and he saw what seemed to be an invisible man-eater, right? Hiruko. And then it came to, and then I was thinking, and then when Hiruki went, he saw that it was still invisible somewhat, and then it like showed itself and stuff. What I'm thinking is, my personal theory is, and I hope I'm wrong, I don't want it to be like that, because if Maru is Tokyo's child, I want them to end up meeting eventually, and I hope that since Shiro was able to avoid the disease, I hope that Tokyo can as well. But what I'm thinking is that Hiruko, what if that Hiruko was Tokyo? Because I don't think that the author would, just randomly show Tokyo not being able to be detected by lenses, because you see the cameras did have like a lens like on top of them, right? Like a glass lens covering it. And Haruki was looking through binoculars, so maybe it's something to do with like not being able to be seen through like things that are like glass or like lens and stuff like that. And that would be a crazy way to tie up Kuroko and Maru, because Maru is, for as far as I know and what I basically believe, my headcanon is that he is Tokyo's child, and that would be a crazy way to tie them up together. I do hope that if I could choose one person to be alive from the academy, it would be Tokyo. But wouldn't it be crazy, you guys, if that Hiruko was Tokyo, and and then like that's why like they have similar abilities, being able to not be detected by like like the lenses. But now some of you might say, well, when Haruki was the man-eater was invisible to Haruki at first as well. But here's the thing, you guys, I believe that like when the children are turning into man-eaters, they're developing more abilities. For example, Cuckoo, for as far as we know, or like abilities that we haven't been shown. Cuckoo, as far as we know, we don't know that she could breathe underwater or whatever, but when she did turn into a man-eater like the fish, she attacked the boat in the water. So I'm assuming that she was living in the water and she attacked the boat that way. And then when we saw the first man-eater, we saw that chicken, I think, whatever it was, the bird, it could fly, and it had those slashes. And we haven't seen any kids that have displayed either of those, right? Now maybe some of them do and we see it later, but for as far as I know, when they turn into the Hirukos, they develop like more abilities and stuff like that, which would make sense, right? And the thing is, I wouldn't it be crazy if that Hiruko that attacked Haruki was Tokyo, right? And then it would be like a crazy way to like tie Hiruko and Maru together, because they both are had experiences with the same individual, but on different sides of the spectrum, where Tokyo potentially gave birth to Maru, but Hiruko was the one that lost, Haruki was the one that lost basically his life to Tokyo. That's so crazy. Now that I'm thinking about it like that would be such a crazy contrast, and it would be it'd be a crazy way to tie them in together. Now I do hope that towards the end they find a way to cure this sickness, because I wouldn't want Toturi to get it. I'm pretty sure Maru probably has a core as well, because there's no way that this guy just going around touching man-eaters and just destroying them without having some sort of superpower that we were told that people are getting by being infused with the flesh, I think that guy said, of the man-eaters, where he had it in a bottle and it expired or whatever. So since Toturi had the core, I hope that they managed to find a way to prevent the disease at least, or maybe what I believe is there probably have to be some requirements that they're probably going to find out later that lead to you getting the disease, because again, Shiro never got it, so I'm not sure what that could be. But you guys, that's so crazy. This anime is getting crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Please don't spoil anything down below if you guys watched this far. I appreciate you. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and join the Discord down below. We could talk about all sorts of anime, manga, just life in general, yeah. And if you guys are looking forward to me potentially reading and live streaming Heaven of Delusion manga after the season is done, do let me know. I did do a community poll on my channel, so if you guys want to go ahead and give that a vote, go ahead. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Anime only, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.